Today we'll be going through a very quick tutorial how to set up a lightweight WebDAV server. In this case it will be KaraDAV, which is compatible with the official OnCloud and Nextcloud apps, and it is a very lightweight alternative to Nextcloud. So if you don't want the full blood of Nextcloud, you can use this very well. It will work with the mobile clients, with the desktop clients, etc. I'd like to assume a few things. First of all, that you have a VPS, access to a VPS via SSH, and that you have a domain, for example, that you own a domain. So for example, example.com, that you own this domain. And today we'll be setting up an example, for example, that we have webdav.example.com. That will be our subdomain. It will be pointing towards that domain. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. And so the goal of this is that you can go to webdav.yourdomain. In this case, I will use an example domain, sonata8.com, the domain I own, and you will be able to go to it, and then you will be able to have a very simple web UI, and you will also be able to connect to this domain via your client of choice. Again, it's compatible with Nextcloud clients. Okay, first of all, we want to install some things on our web server. I assume you already have Nginx installed, because we'll be using Nginx. It's kind of a very lightweight web server, as well as PHP. PHP 8.2 we'll be using in this example, as well as PHP 8.2 SQLite for the database. And that's basically all we need. In my case, I already have everything installed, so we can get started. So first of all, we will be cloning the repository of KaraDAV. We can go over here and copy the link, and we'll clone it to Tom's thumb folder on our VPS, where we'll be using all the websites. So in this case, I will go to var sites, where I usually clone my sites, and we'll be cloning it here. So just wait a second, it's not very large. After you've done cloning it, make sure on your DNS provider you have forwarded the subdomain to your domain. For example, you have an A record pointing towards the IP. Example.com will be pointing towards your server, as well as an A record for IP version 6. I assume you've already set this up. The next thing we'll do is create an Nginx reverse proxy. To do that, just create a new file under etc nginx sites available, and then just whatever dev exam I can't type today, example. Paste in this code. Basically, this is a very minimal Nginx setup. We have a server listening on port 80. Later we'll change that to use HTTPS. And here, this is the first important step. Set your server name, which you desire. In this case, it will be webdav.sonata8.com. And this is also an important step to remember. This is just a port. You can choose any port you like. This will be the port also that the PHP server later will be running on, because we'll be using Nginx only as a reverse proxy. And this is basically it for the Nginx part. Okay, save this file. So after we save this file, you can already link this file to the active folder, so dev example into etc nginx sites enabled, like this. Now you can reload Nginx, as well as at this point we can already create the certificate, because obviously we want to use HTTPS. which will also securely transfer the credentials. To do that, certbot, I also assume you have certbot installed. If not, I'll be planning on doing many more videos on this topic. If anyone is interested, please let me know. Certbot Nginx, and then select the domain you would like to use. In this case, it is number 11. And then just wait a second. So after the certificate has been created, you can also see that the example we just set up, the file automatically has been altered. This is this is completely fine. So if you see now, the server is listening actually on port 443. Okay, so this is basically all you have to do on the Nginx part. Now let's set up the PHP server. To set up the PHP server, let's cd into the repository, which is cloned. You can see there is a config dist.php file. We'll make a copy of it into config.local.php, which will be the active configuration file. We'll make a copy, and then we have to edit this file. And in this file, the only thing you really have to change is the URL address, the const www_URL. This URL has to already reflect your final subdomain, of course, secured with HTTPS. So HTTPS, and then we'll be putting webdev.sonata8.com. And that's all you have to do. And then save the file and quit. Basically, the last thing we have to do is to set up the PHP server on the same port as the reverse proxy is waiting on right now. And to do that, the best thing is to use systemd, because, for example, if the server restarts and you want the server to come back on automatically. So to do that, we'll create a new system service under etc systemd KaraDAV service, for example. This name you can choose. I will put in this code. You'll paste this code. And this is a very simple systemd service. You can see here it's running PHP on the same port as before. So in this case 5234. And this is also important. If you set up a different folder, you need to put here the folder of the Git repository you just cloned, and this is basically it. And now we just have to activate the systemd service, and do that we do systemctl daemon reload, and then we will be running the KaraDAV server. And now everything should be already set up. So if we go to the domain webdev.yourdomain.com, you're basically already done. So at this point you have to change your password, and basically now you can just use the web UI. And the cool thing, I already tested it with a different domain. The Nextcloud clients really work. So you can use on whatever, on Android, on Linux, on macOS, on all platforms, and it is basically a very lightweight alternative to Nextcloud, which has a lot of more functions. Of course, you will not have a KaraDAV server or a KaraDAV. What's it called again? I forgot. But for file hosting and file management, it is quite good. I hope this tutorial helped, and let me know if this was interesting. If you're interested for more tutorials, for more VPS stuff, for more sysadmin stuff, I'll probably make some more videos. Thank you for watching. Bye.